end of your mat. Can you see me fully?
Yeah.
Yeah. So standing up at the edge of your mat. Stand with your feet hip width apart. And from here, just let the arms relax down by your side, shoulders are down, gaze is forward. Take an inhale here, so a deep belly breath, and inhale for 4 counts. And then exhale for the same amount of time. Inhale again. Expand the rib cage out, and then exhaling, release everything. Inhale again. And then exhale for 4 counts. And as you start to exhale, nod your chin to your chest. You're going to start to sort of slowly roll down, 1 vertebrae at a time. You can bend the knees if you need, have a slight bend, or you can keep them straight. Let the fingertips touch the ground, let the head go heavy. And then exhale, you're going to start to round that back. Think about drawing up from your lower abdominals and restack that spine up nice and tall. Nice. Inhale again. And exhale, nod the chin to your chest. Roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Let the arms go heavy. Make it a fluid motion. Bend the knees if you wish. And then exhaling, drawing up from the lower abdominals. Restack that spine up nice and tall. The last thing to lift is the head. Nice. 1 more here. Inhale again. Exhale. Nodding the chin to your chest, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. We still want the hips over the knees and over the ankles. So it's 1 long line with the body or with the lower half. And then exhale, restack up nice and tall. And the last thing to lift is the head. Nice. So the feet are still hip width apart. And from here, we're just going to warm up those global muscles, so the big muscles. And you're going to inhale, we're going to squat back. So send the butt back towards the opposite wall, and then exhale, come up. You can add in arms if you want. Inhale to bend, lean that upper body forward. And with your lower limbs, you want them tracking in line with the second toe. So when you bend the knees, they're in 1 long line, and then exhale, drawing up, feel the glutes. I'll come out to the side so you can see what it looks like. Inhale, we're holding nice and steady through our upper body. Exhaling, drawing up. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 5 more like this. So with your chest, mum, keep it up a little bit higher. Instead of drawing it all the way down like this, you want to keep it long and the gaze forward as well. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 2 more like this. We've got our last one. Come down again into that squat position. We're going to send ourselves up high. Can you lift up the heels? Lower the heels down, bend through the knees. So this one, you want to think about your balance. So you're thinking about drawing your belly button to spine, holding nice and steady, plus just securing yourself in your ankle joints. You're thinking about that ankle mobility, ankle flexibility. Hold steady through the belly, draw that core in. As you draw up, let's do 5 more like this. Arms are coming out long, shoulders are down. What? Mum did. Let's do 3 more. So think about really squeezing through the legs, Mum. Playing it on the socks. Let's do 2 more so you can join us again. Inhaling and then exhaling, shoulders down, arms long. 1 more here. And then exhaling. Come down all the way. You're going to hold it here. Tiny little pulses. Little pulses up. Think about 2 inches up, 2 inches down. You're going to feel this through the quads and the glutes. Little pulses. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6 to go. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up nice and tall. Go from here. Walk those feet out. So you've got a slight external rotation coming from the hips. So instead of just the toes pointing out, it's the hips as well, opening up. We've got the same deal. We're coming down low, and then exhale, driving through the heels and the balls of the feet, coming up high. Inhaling, and then exhaling. Inhaling, good, and then exhaling. Working the legs, warming them.
Straight?
Pardon?
Back is straight?
Yeah, straight, but you're going to lean a little bit further forward. So instead of, whichever feels more comfortable, if you feel it through your lower back, mum, bring your tailbone down a little bit more. Otherwise, lean further forward, exhale coming up. But your spine isn't rounded like that. Inhaling, and then exhaling. Inhaling, drawing that lower abdominals in, and then a slight squeeze of the butt cheeks as you come up. Let's do 5 more here. We've got our last 4. We've got 3 to go. Our last 2. 1 more here. Good. On this next one, we're going to add in that little heel raise. So coming down halfway, coming up, lifting up those heels, lower the heels down, bend through the knees. Exhale, coming up high, lift up those heels, lower the heels down, bend through the knees. So think about that, stability through the ankle joint. Pressing evenly through the balls of the feet, bellies in, legs along, exhale, driving up. Nice. Let's do 5 more here. Exhale, coming up high, lower the heels down, bend through the knees. We've got our last 4. Lower the heels, bend the knees. We've got 3 to go. Nice, nice and strong. We've got our last 2. And 1 more here. Coming up, lower the heels, bend through the knees. Our little pulses, tiny little pulses. Good, 2 inches up, 2 inches down. If you feel it through the lower back, keep thinking about drawing that tailbone down towards the ground. Nice, guys. We've got 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Driving up nice and tall. Good work. Can we feel our legs?
Yes, heartbeat.
And your heart rate? Good. Alright, so bring your feet hip width apart again. We're going to bend through both knees. We're going to hold ourselves down here. Hands are onto our hips. Can you shift your weight over onto your left leg? With your right leg, you're going to send it out to the side and then draw it back in. So just a light toe tap on the ground and then draw back in. Good. Inhaling and then exhaling. With that left knee, you want it tracking over that second toe. Good, so you've got that lower leg alignment. Tapping that leg in and out. In, or out and in, I should say. Holding steady, keeping that bend. Can you deepen that bend through the left leg? We've got 4 to go. Our last 3, using your breath. We've got 2. 1 more here, swapping over to the other side, so transferring our weight. Keep the bend through the right leg, send the left leg out long. Whoop. Hold steady with your balance. Using your breath. Nice. Bending deeper. It's a light toe tap. Feeling it through your right glute. As you bend deeper, you're going to feel it through the quad as well. Nice. Using your breath. Out and in. Nice. We've got 5 to go. Exhale as you extend that leg long for 4. We've got 3 to go. Maintain that bend for 2. And we've got our last one here. Nice. Standing up tall. You should be feeling it through the quads. I'm going to face towards the side wall so you can see my body. But your left leg's coming in front. Your right leg's behind. Good. You're going to bend through both knees here. And we want to keep the lower half nice and steady. The lower half isn't moving. All we're going to do is move our top half. So our torso, hands onto the hips. Our torso, we're going to lean it forward. And then exhale, drive back up. Inhale to lean it forward. And then exhale, driving up. You should be feeling it through the left glute. Inhaling If you don't feel it where you're meant to, let me know. Inhaling, and then exhaling, driving up. Shoulders are down. Gaze is looking towards the ground as you lean forward, then towards the wall. Inhaling, and then exhaling. We've got 5 to go. We've got our last 4, using your breath. We've got our last 3, 2 to go. Nice, keep that right leg bent. Last one here. You're gonna lean forward again. Can you bring your right arm in front, your left hand behind? You're gonna run that right leg in. Yep, as you change the arms. So maintain that bend through that left leg. We're just running that right leg in. You're gonna feel it through your quad now. Using your breath, making it a little bit quicker. We've got 10 to go. Our last 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, standing up tall. Shake out that left leg. Could you feel it all through your quad?
I know.
I know, me too.
I did.
Pardon? Alright, swapping over sides now. Our right leg's in front, our left leg's behind. Bend through both knees. Hands onto the hips. Leaning your upper body forward. Then exhale, restacking tall. Inhale, leaning the upper body forward. Exhale, restacking tall. Using your breath. We're working our right glute. We should be feeling it. Our lower half staying nice and steady. It's just our torso that's working. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice, guys. We've got our last 6. We've got 5. 4 to go. Last 3. 2. And our last one here. On this next one, you're going to keep that bend forward. Bring your right arm forward now. Actually, no, sorry, your left arm forward. Sorry about that. You're going to bring that left leg in as you sweep your right arm forward. So running through that back leg, keeping that bend throughout the right knee. Remembering that that right knee is overlooking the second toe. Running those arms, maintaining that bend. We've got 10, 9, 8. The weight is over on the right leg. It's not shifting back. We've got 5, 4, 3 to go, 2, and 1. Restacking it nice and tall. Shake out that right leg. Nice. The heart rate should be up just a little bit. You should be feeling a burn throughout your quads and your butt. Now we're going to come into our modified burpees. So modified burpees, our feet are still hip width apart. You're going to lift up the heels and reach up long towards the ceiling. Yep. From here, lower the heels, round through the back, place your hands onto the ground, step out 1 foot at a time. Yep, so coming into that plank position, bring your feet in, really stack up nice and tall, reach up towards the ceiling, lift the heels. Nice. Placing the hands onto the ground, walk those feet out, back in, restack tall, lift up the heels, reach up towards the ceiling. Nice. We've got 5 more like this. In your own time. We've got our last 4. Reaching up tall. We've got 3. Our last 2. And we've got our last one here. Finishing that off. Nice, mum. From here, place the hands onto the ground. You're going to hold it here. That's right. Finish off that last plank. Holding here. We've got a 10-second hold. So press away from the mat and feel like you're pulling it apart with your pinky fingers. Keep holding here. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees to the ground. And we're going to come into our quadrupeds. So if you have any wrist issues, come onto your fists. Otherwise, come down onto your forearms. Alright, so the other option is palm arms are nice and flat. From here, can you round through the back? So you're coming to your cat-cow, look towards your belly button, and then release. You're going to round through the back, look towards your navel, really press away from the floor. And then inhale to release the neck, release the tailbone. We've got 3 more like this. Inhale to release. We've got our last 2. Round through that back, look towards your navel. And we've got our last one here. Inhale to release, back to neutral. Good, so warming up that spine. From here, we've got nice neutral spine. You're going to send your left arm forward as you sweep your right leg back. Can you lift both arm and leg off the ground? Nice, and then lower all the way down. You're going to swap over to your right side. So right arm's forward, left leg's back. And when you shift, try not to shift the pelvis. So you're holding nice and steady. Imagine that you've got headlights on your pelvis and they're tracking down. They're not moving from side to side. They're staying in one long line. You're lifting that opposite arm, opposite leg, and feel like somebody's pulling and reaching from your fingertips and the tips of your toes. So you're creating length throughout the body. Nice. Right arm, left leg sweeping off. Good. Now on this next one, our left arm, right leg is sweeping off. From here, can you open out towards your side? So your right leg is opening out towards the right side as your left arm comes out to the left. Draw back through center. And we're repeating that, opening out. You're going to feel this through your abdominals. Opening out, drawing back through center. We've got 3 more here. We've got our last 2. We've got our last 1. Lowering everything down. So we should be feeling that through our hemi as well. With that leg movement, just make sure you go out as far as you can without losing control. Swapping over to the right side. Sweep your right arm off, left leg off. Create one long line. Open out towards the sides, and then exhale, draw back. Inhale to open out, exhale, drawing back. Controlling that movement. Remember those headlights on the pelvis. We're not letting them move. We'll switch lanes. We've got 3 more here. Keep pressing away from the floor with that left hand. We've got our last 2. 1 more here. Lower everything down. Nice. Come back into a child's pose position. Really reach those arms out long. And just take a deep belly breath. Inhale. Expand that rib cage. Exhale. Release. Walk your hands over to the right hand side. And place your left hand over your right hand. Get that stretch and release throughout the left side. Inhale again. And then exhale, release. 1 more breath here. Inhaling. And then exhaling, release. Walk the fingertips over to the left hand side. Place your right hand on top of the left. Inhale here. And then exhale, release. 1 more breath. Inhaling. Really expand that rib cage. Feel it opening up. And then exhale, release. Walk the hands back through center and slowly peel yourself up all the way. Nice. So we're going to come into a plank position now. So again, you can come either onto your wrists or onto your forearms, whichever feels more comfortable. But we're going to walk the feet out, and we want our shoulders in line with our wrists. So holding nice and steady through the lower abdominals. We're just going to hold this for another 5 seconds. 4, 3 to go. 2, 1. Can you start to float your right leg off and create one long line with the body? Nice. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Bring the left leg off. Hovering it off. Keep that bottom in line. So one long line from the crown of your head to your bottom to your toes. We're holding here just for another 2 and 1. Lower it down. Lower the knees down. Nice. So that's called leg pull front. So you can feel it all through. It's like a plank, but you feel it through the posterior chain as well. So our arms are on either side of us. And from here, we're just going to come into our modified tricep dips. So can you feel your elbows tracking towards your thighs? Bring the upper body down, then exhale, press through the palms of the hands. Again, we've got one long line. Inhaling to bend the elbows, exhaling to extend. Feel this through the triceps. Inhaling, drawing that upper body down, exhaling, reaching up. So feel like you're trying to draw your forehead to the mat. Our shoulder blades are nice and in place. We keep pulling that mat apart with our pinky fingers. Exhaling, pressing up. We've got 4 to go. Inhaling. And then exhaling, pressing up. We've got our last 3. Pressing up. Our last 2. And 1 more here. Nice. Beautiful. Can you slowly lower yourself down all the way to the mat? All the way flat, legs along behind you. From here, can we place our hands? They should be about your shoulder height. We're coming into our prone press up, so it's a little movement, but it's about segmental movement of the upper spine. So place your forehead onto the mat, and really with your pubic bone, feel like you're pressing it into the mat as well. So feet are connected, we're pressing the pubic bone into the mat. Think about drawing your belly button away from the mat as well, so you're drawing your belly in. Forehead's on the mat. From here, inhale to prepare, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, start to lift off the nose, feel like you're rolling a marble forward. And press evenly through both palms of the hands. Draw yourself up, it's only a little movement. And then lower yourself down, just a segmental movement. And then again, inhale down here. And then exhaling, pressing evenly through both palms. Coming up, and then lowering yourself down. We've got 1 more like this. Inhale, keep pressing the pubic bone in. Exhaling, drawing yourself up. And then lowering yourself down. On this next one, we're going to come into Swan. If it feels too much, the extension, just continue with the prone press up. Otherwise, you're going to inhale here. And then exhale, you're going to press evenly through both palms. Extend the arms fully. Your hips are going to lift off. Nice, relax the shoulders, mum. Yes, that's better. And then lower yourself down, bend through the elbows. The last thing to touch the mat is your nose. Then again, rolling that marble forward. Lifting yourself up, pressing through both palms. Lift off the hips. And then lower yourself down. Remember to relax the shoulders. We've got 2 more like this. Inhale here. Exhaling, pressing up nice and high. Get that back extensors moving, working the posterior chain. And then lowering yourself down. We've got our last one here. Inhaling. And then exhaling, pressing through the hands. Drawing yourself up, relaxing those shoulders, gazes forward. And then lowering yourself down. All the way. Extend the arms out long besides you. The palms of the hands are facing up towards the ceiling. With your gaze, you're bringing your forehead onto that mat again. So this is called the dart. I want you to start to roll the humeral head back. So that's rolling your shoulders back into place and lifting up the palms of the hands. From here, can you lift up your upper body and imagine with your fingertips, you're reaching towards your heels. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. So this one, you should start to feel your back extensors working again. Again, rolling the humeral head back, lifting off the forehead, reaching those fingertips down towards your feet. Your feet should still be intact with the mat. Gaze is looking towards the top or the edge of the mat. We're holding here for 3, 2, 1. Lowering yourself down. We've got 1 more like this. Inhale to prepare. Exhaling, rolling those shoulders back, lifting yourself up, reaching towards the heels. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Nice work. Rolling onto your side now. So rolling over to your left-hand side. You're going to Extend the arms out long actually. Your right hand's in front, legs along as well. These ones we've done before with Indy. You're going to lift up the top leg, the bottom leg's meeting. So just lift up the top leg so it's in line with your hip. Yeah. The bottom leg's going to join up to meet it, and then lower everything down. So top leg, bottom leg, lower everything down. So you're working those obliques. You're working and challenging your balance. Inhaling, exhaling, controlling it down. Inhale to lift, exhale to join, lower everything down. Nice, guys. We've got 3 more like this. Get that movement in the body. We've got our last 2 and our last one here. On this next one, can you lift up that top leg? The bottom leg's meeting it. And now can you just keep that top leg up? You're letting that bottom leg come up to meet it. So you're going to work the inner thighs. With that bottom leg, don't let it touch the mat. So just working the inner thighs here, little movements. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. On this next movement, lift up that top leg, bottom leg. Press through the palms of your hand, the right hand. Lift up your upper body. And then at the same time, you're going to simultaneously lower everything down. So top leg, bottom leg, lift up to meet it, lower everything down. Top leg, bottom leg, lifting up, and then lowering down. So continue working through that sideways. Top leg, bottom leg, lifting up, lowering down. Nice. 3 more here. Good. Lower everything down. We've got our last 2. Top leg, bottom leg, lifting up, lowering down, and 1 more here. Top leg, bottom leg, lifting up, lowering down. Nice work. Bending through both knees here. Lift yourself up so you're supporting yourself with your left hand. You can keep your head down if you'd like, but it feels nice to have that support with the palm of your hand and your head. You can place your hands onto your hips or you can keep your hand in front. You're going to lift off the ankles from the ground. Knees are together, ankles are together. Hold steady through the belly. Our hips are nice and stacked. You're going to exhale, open up that top leg, and then inhale to close. So with your bottom waist, we want to create length and space. So we want to be able to pull that bottom waist off the mat instead of sinking into the mat. Does that make sense? Inhale. Yep. And then
explanation, actually.
Pardon?
It's a good explanation.
Yeah. So both hips should be the same length. Exhale, opening up. We're going to feel that glute. We've got 4 more like this. Holding nice and steady through that pelvis. We've got 3, 2 to go. And our last one here. Lower that bottom leg down. With your top leg in, you're drawing it in. And then you're exhaling, coming into that donkey kick, extending it long. Inhale to bend that leg. Exhale, extending it long. Inhaling, we've got control, so you're pointing through those toes as you're reaching long. And you're resisting that knee as it draws in. Good. Inhaling, holding steady through the belly. So we're not letting that lower body move and shake, mum. Really look at that lower half. Inhale, control. That's much better. Exhale, extending it long. Do you feel that difference?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Let's do 3 more here. We've got our last 2. Exhale, pressing long. 1 more here. Extend that right leg long. Hold it out here. Tiny little circles in one direction. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you reverse those circles in the other direction just for 5, 4, 3 to go, 2, and 1. Nice. Bending through the knees. You're going to send yourself over to the other side. We should be feeling the glute. So lying down all the way onto your right hand side. Extend the arms and legs long. You're laying your head down onto that right arm. And from here, your left hand supporting you in front. It's just a light touch. You're inhaling, opening up that top leg. The bottom leg's coming up to meet it. And then lowering down. Inhaling, exhaling, and then lowering down. So again, the pelvis is nice and steady. The only thing that's moving is the bottom leg, or the legs I should say. Holding steady through the core, lifting and lowering. Nice. We've got 5 more like this. We've got our last 4. Keep those legs long. 3 to go. Nice. Our last 2. Good. 1 more here. Lowering it down. Remember, we're going to lift that top leg up, bottom leg's coming up to meet it, and we're pulsing that bottom leg up and down, holding that top leg in line with our hip. We're not allowing that bottom leg to meet the ground. Good. We've got 5 to go. Our last 4. 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Nice. So we should do a little bit of inner thigh work. Lift up that top leg. Bottom leg's meeting it. We're pressing through that left hand, lifting the upper body up, and then lowering everything down. So you want to maintain that long line. So as you draw up, your head's in line with your toes. Inhaling, exhaling, pressing through the palm, lifting up, lowering down, holding steady through the belly. We should be feeling our side waist. Good. We've got 5 more like this. Using your breath, inhaling, exhaling, pressing through. 4. Good. We've got our last 3. We've got 2 to go. Holding steady through the core. And our last one here. Pressing up, lowering down. Good work. Supporting yourself with that right hand, bending through both knees. Again, we've got that space between that lower waist and the mat. Knees are connected, heels are connected. Lifting up the heels from the ground. You're going to exhale. Open up that top leg. Inhale to close. Exhale, lifting and closing. Good. Again, that pelvis is not rocking back and forth. It's holding nice and steady. Inhaling, exhaling. Holding steady through that belly. You can place the hand onto the ground or onto your hip. Just working and focusing on that glute. We've got 5 more here. Our last 4. 3 to go. Using your breath. 2. 1 more here. Lower that top leg, lower the bottom leg. From here we're coming into that donkey kicks. Bending through the left knee. Exhale, reach it out long. Inhaling and then exhaling. So as you extend that left leg, send it just a little bit further behind your bottom. That way you're going to create that length. Inhaling and then exhaling. Draw the lower abdominals in. So it's a slight suck in. Imagine that you're drawing your belly button away from your t-shirt. And keep working through that glute. We've got our last 3 here, then we're coming into our circles. We've got 2. And we've got our last one here. Extend that leg long, keep it long. Those tiny little circles in one direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse those circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Draw that left leg in, roll onto your back. You're going to give yourself a glute stretch. Bring your right leg over your left leg. And then you're going to grab behind, if you can, the left thigh. So get that release throughout the right glute. And just take a couple of breaths here. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Inhale again. And then exhale. Release. Get that deeper stretch. 1 more big breath here. Inhaling. And exhale. Good. Release that right leg. Swap over to the other side. Bring the left leg over. Open up that leg. Grab behind the right leg if you can. Inhaling here. And then exhaling. Release. Inhale again. And then exhaling. 1 more deep breath here. And then exhale. Release. Place your left foot onto the ground, the right leg onto the ground as well. Wrap your hands around the backs of your thighs. Just draw them into tabletop. Yeah, and from here you're going to reach your feet away from you. And as you start to feel your arms extending, you're going to rock yourself up into a seated position. Nice. Alrighty, from here, We're going to come into our slow curl down. So we're going to take the arms out in front of us, and we're going to be lifting the spine. And we really want to start to reach the fingertips long towards the wall. From here, we're going to start to roll off our sit bones as far as we can until we get to an abdominal shake. And then exhale, draw yourself up back into seated. Inhale, roll yourself off the sit bones. Shoulders are down. Exhaling, coming up high, gaze is long. Inhaling, rolling off, holding steady through the belly. Exhale, sitting up tall. We've got 3. Exhale, coming up. We've got our last 2. And our last one here. Inhaling and exhaling. Roll off the sit bones again. We're going to hold it here just halfway. You're going to extend your arm out to the side, to the right side. You're going to look towards your right hand. Exhale, draw back through center. And then open out to the left. Look towards that left hand. Exhaling, drawing back through center. Opening out, inhaling. Exhale, draw back through center. Hold that abdominal curl. Exhale, back through center. Open to the right. Good. Exhale, back. Open to the left. Exhale, back. We've got one more. And then exhale, back. We've got our last one here. Hold that abdominal curl. Place the palms of your hands just over your knees. You're going to start pulsing up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 to go. Our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting up all the way. Lengthen through the legs. Arms are long, just hip width apart. And you're going to start to roll yourself down all the way. 1 vertebrae at a time. Extend the arms over your heads. Good. Let the arms go long. You're going to exhale. Draw the hands or float them up in line. So once they're in line with your shoulders, you're going to start to initiate that roll up again. Keep that roundness in the spine. Just reach the arms out long. Shoulders are down. And then re-stack up nice and tall. And again, we're going to start to roll down, 1 vertebrae at a time, controlling that movement. Extend the arms overhead. Inhale here. Exhaling, you start to float those hands in line with the shoulders, drawing yourself up. It's as if somebody's reaching or pulling from your fingertips and getting you to stretch that little bit further. Re-stack up nice and tall. Lower yourself down. Last one here. Good, controlling that movement. Reach the arms out long. And from here, you're going to bend those knees in close towards your pelvis. Good. Float the arms so they're in line with your shoulders again. And from here, we're drawing both legs into tabletop. So we're coming into our toe taps here. We're maintaining that neutral spine. We're going to inhale, start to send our right toes away from us. And then exhale, draw it back through center. Inhale, send our left toes away from us. Exhaling, drawing back through center. Shoulders are down, fingertips are still reaching up towards the ceiling. We're holding steady through our belly. Exhaling, drawing back. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. If you want to add on a challenge, as you send your right leg away, send your left arm long behind you, and then exhale, draw up. Then the opposite arm, opposite leg, exhale, draw back up. So enjoying or adding in a bit of coordination. We're balancing. We're not shaking through our pelvis. We're holding nice and steady, using our breath. Exhale, drawing up. We've got 4 more like this. We've got our last 3. We've got 2. And 1 more here. Keep the legs into tabletop, interlace the fingertips together. Reach behind the neck. You're going to support the head here. We're coming into our chest lifts. So you're exhaling, curling up as far as you can, and then inhaling to lower down. Exhaling, lifting up. It's just the upper abdominals here. Exhaling, lifting up and lowering down. Inhaling and then exhaling. We've got 3 more like this. Lowering down. We've got our last 2. Lower down. 1 more here. And lower down. On this next one, you're going to exhale, come up. Reach the arms out long, lift up that little bit higher, lower everything down. Exhaling, lifting up. Reach that little bit higher, lower everything down, support the head and neck. Good. Exhale, curling up. Reach the arms longer, lift up that little bit higher, lower everything down. Exhaling, drawing up. Lifting that little bit higher, lowering everything down. We've got our last one here. Exhaling, lifting up that little bit higher. Arms are still reaching out long. We're coming into our hundreds. You're going to start pulsing those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 40. You can extend the legs long up towards the ceiling. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 50. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 60. Draw them down to 45 degrees if you can. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 70. We've got 30 to go. Keep pulsing those arms. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 80. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 90. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 100. Nice, guys. Bend the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Nice work. So we've worked the abdominals. We've worked the legs, the glutes, inner thighs, side work. Almost everything. We've stretched out the hemis, the glutes. Place the feet onto the ground. You're going to roll over to your right hand side. We're coming into our book openings. So hips are nice and stacked, knees are together. With your left hand, reach it further forward. Inhale here, and then exhale. You're going to reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling, but we want to keep the hips tracking forward. So the aim is to try and get that left shoulder blade onto the mat without letting the hips roll back. Then inhale, draw back through center. Then exhale, just reach up further forward and open out. So getting that stretch throughout the lower back, getting that rotation in. We've got one more like this, reaching up and over. And then back through center. Good. From here, you're going to come into a seated position. Into that Z-sit position, so your right leg's in front, your left leg's behind. Your arms are reaching out long. You're going to come into your mermaids here. So with your right hand, you're going to bring it down towards the ground. Bring your left arm up and over. You can bend throughout that right arm slightly, and then draw it back through center, and then over to the other side. So just make it a fluid motion. Feel that stretch and release through the hips, throughout the sides of the waist. And using your breath. Inhale, opening up. Exhale. And then inhale, open up. We've got one more like this. Reaching over, back through center, reaching over to the other side. Nice. Now when you're ready, swapping over the knees. So the left leg's coming in front, right leg's behind. And again, we've got the same mermaid. Arms are out long, shoulders down. Try and get both hips onto the floor, nice and flat. With your left hand, you're placing it onto the ground. You're reaching up and over. Right shoulder blades down. And then over to the other side. Get that release throughout the left hip. Inhale, drawing up and over. Leaning to that left hand. And then stretching out. Two more like this. Using your breath. Last one here. Inhaling, sitting up nice and tall. Exhaling. Good. Now we can lie down onto our left hand side for our book openings. Left hand is supporting you. Both knees are together, ankles together. Hips is nice and stacked. Your right hand's reaching out long. Inhale here. And exhale, reach those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Try and place that right shoulder blade down onto the mat without losing those hips. And then inhale to release. Exhaling, make it a fluid motion. We've got one more like this. We're reaching those fingertips long towards the ceiling, opening up the back. Draw back through center. And you're going to lie onto your back all the way. So if it feels comfortable, you can keep your legs out long, or you can draw the soles of the feet to each other and legs can come out wide. Place one hand onto your belly and one hand onto your heart. Close your eyes and just find your breath. Think about inhaling for a count of 4 and then exhaling for a count of 4. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And again, inhaling through the nose. And then exhale. On this next inhale, think about 3 things that you're grateful for. So it could be family, that you're healthy and happy. Just think about those 3 things that you're grateful for. Next, start to think about 3 things that you're looking forward to. You're looking forward to a nice meal tonight, looking forward to healthy foods. And lastly, start to think about 3 things that you've done well today. Is it joining this class? Is it calling a friend? Is it going for a walk with a friend or a family member? Are you grateful for sunshine? Are you grateful for freedom? Last couple of breaths here. And then exhale. One more. Start to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. And draw your attention to your surroundings. You can draw your knees in together. You can start to bend the knees if your legs have been straight. Open up the eyes. Just draw the knees into the chest and grab behind your thighs with both hands. Tuck them in a little bit closer towards your chest and just give yourself a little rock up and down, get that release. On this next one, you're going to rock yourself into seated and sit all the way up nice and tall. You guys are all finished.